Okay, today let's talk about how to use Firebase Authentication and Firebase Firestore in FlutterFlow. So let's create a new project and we will test to set up everything from scratch. So let's get started. So the first thing is we create a new project, which is a blank one. So we can say it's an Auth demo and we can create from blank. So that will be the name for the project. We can leave the package name as this. I think it's fine. If you want to enable web, you can enable that. And for this stage, most projects, I think you haven't set up Firebase at this stage. So we will mimic that. So basically what your project probably doesn't have the Firebase set up yet. So let's just create a pure project, which in the FlutterFlow. So let's start building. So this will be the first page. Let's just name it as a welcome page. So welcome. And in this page, probably this is your dashboard or welcome page. So probably this have a create account and a login buttons. So let's create two buttons. So the first button will be a sign up button. So let's name it, label as sign up. Okay, then we will make it some fixed width, for example 300, and make it centered. Okay, so also we have some padding at the bottom, so let's say 20. So if we copy this button, we will have some space. So let's just create another one just by Command D or Control D in Windows. So let's say sign up. This one will be login. So we will create a login button. And we want this whole thing to be centered on in this screen. So we can choose this column. And from here, the main axis alignment. By default, it is from the start. We can choose the second one, which means center. So if we choose that, this two button is now aligned in the center. So this will be the welcome page, which a user hasn't logged in yet. So this will be the first page. Let's quickly create the other two pages. One is the sign up, one is login. So let's create two pages. We can press the page click, the creation of the page. Then there are many pages already we can use from the templates, because login page is very similar. So let's find a create account page like this. So this will be the create account page. And we will use my theme and create the name. Should be create account and create this page. If we don't need this, we can make sure we just delete the whole gradient. Yep. And then we create another page for login. So let's say auth. There will be some login page here. So this login, we choose this and name it as login. Let's create it. And also, if we don't like the spacing, we can delete. Okay. So we have the login page. We have the create account page. And this two page currently is not linked with this. So let's do the quick navigation action. So click this button. From the action, we can choose add action. And then from here, select action, we can just type navigation or navi. Then we can see that this sign up can link to the create account page. And also for the login button, we will do something similar by clicking the add action. And then from here, navigation to the login. So far, the whole pages is there. So we also need a page to show the user that if they finish the sign up. So let's create another page, which is probably the dashboard, which user logged in successfully. So let's create some kind of a list. For example, a user list. Let's see, maybe this page, we'll choose this page as a user list page, which is also act as our internal page when user successfully logged in. So create this user list page. And that's it. Okay, so we want the user to first see this page, and they can sign up from this create account, and then they can also use login to log in from here, and then if they log in successfully, they should see this page. That is what we want to do. Now, currently we don't have any configuration with Firebase and Authentication or Firestore, so let's configure them one by one. From here, you can see the settings and integrations. Let's just click that. From here, there is one thing we can see from the project setup. It's called Firebase. So let's first set up the Firebase. So from here, we can create the Firebase project. Let the Firebase to do that, which is the first step. Let's create it. So let's press this. We can keep the name as same, and we can keep this United States and log in with my account, and then continue. And then you will ask some access rights. I think you can just select all, and then we can just continue. And then we'll see that the orange creating project display, it will take some time. So maybe after 3 minutes, in about 3 minutes, you can see this will be finished. So let's just wait. Okay, now let's see. We have the first error. That is the error you can see. Error creating Firebase project. You must accept the GCP and Firebase term of service to create a Firebase project. After you have accepted both terms of service, come back and try again. So let's just try to accept the term of service. There is 2 links. Let's press the first link. From here, you can see the Google Cloud. Then you will choose your country, term of service, email updates. You can keep email updates unchecked if you don't want to do that. Then let's just agree and continue. All right, we have done the first one, I think. Let's just go back here. Let's try the second, Firebase, term of service. You can see that it is an error page. There is an error processing the request. So maybe I should try again. Let's try again. Still an error. So that's the first trouble we will see if you're going to create a Firebase with the FlutterFlow. So what we do is we don't need to do from here. The workaround is we go to the Firebase ourselves, which is firebase.google.com. Since it's the first time we do that, we can get started. And let's see from here. This is the welcome page of Firebase. So if we create our own project, it could be any project. We don't need to use that. We just need to see if we will be seeing any terms of service. So let's create a project. We can just name it like any project for test. So any project, accept. So see, the accept term of service is actually here. So if you create a project and accept the term of service, I confirm that I will use this. So if I do this 2 checkboxes and continue. And this, we don't need to use Google Analytics, so we can just uncheck that. It just only need to create a simple project to accept the term of service. So let's wait from here. Once you have accepted the first term of service, then in the FlutterFlow, you can quickly do that because you don't need to accept again. So only the first project. So let's just do this and continue. In Firebase, you can see this is your any project setup. but we don't need to use this. It's just a sample object. We can just go back now to the FlutterFlow, and we will try again creating our project. So let's create a project again, choose our name. Okay, it will recreate the project. Let's just wait again. Okay, now let's see that we have the Firebase project created. Then that's good. So let's say here we have two other options we need to do. So this is the first thing. Although we have the Firebase project created, we haven't enabled the authentication on that Firebase. So the first step is need to enable Auth on the Firebase. There is a link, so press the first link. We go to our new project. This is called Auth demo as we defined it. So from this place, there is authentication. And the thing is like we have to press this get started button to really make it working. So, but it's more than that. There are going to be signing providers. For this stage, we just want to use email and password. We will set up this email password very easily. So we will choose this and choose enable and save it. Okay, then the authentication setup is done. Let's get back to FlutterFlow and see what's the next step. So the next step is enable the storage on Firebase. Let's go there. Storage, okay. Also, there is a get started button. So let's press this get started button to enable it. And then you can see the setup cloud storage has two modes. We can always start in the test mode. This security rule isn't that strengthened, but still it's good for set up the everything. So let's next and get done. Okay, now the storage has been initialized. So let's get back to the Firebase. I think we're fine here. And then you can see there are still 7 errors. Let's go back and check what's the error. Auth page setup, Firebase is done. So need to think authentication. So here, okay, this is actually the Auth page setup. Tell me this Auth action requires authentication to be enabled, but authentication hasn't been enabled. So we have to do is we go to the authentication in the app settings and make it enabled. So enabled, so authentication type, we have to choose one. Currently we are using Firebase, so let's choose that. And when you choose the authentication type, you also need to choose the entry page, which is before user login. So I think the home page is good because we have the sign up page link and the login link. For the people who have successfully logged in, then we'll see set up this page, which is currently a user list. They should see a list of users when they log in successfully. That's our setting. So once we do that, they still give me this warning, like Firebase has not been set up yet. Let's just press this yellow orange button. So let's say what's wrong. I think I have this auto generation config files, which is a button that haven't been clicked. So please press this button. Once you press this button, then you can see your project package name and your project name, nickname again. So let's just click generate files. It will generate required files for us. Just wait. Okay, once you see that the Firebase setup complete, this thing is very important. If you see this thing, that means the Firebase setup is now complete. Okay, Because we also, if you want to use Firebase storage, which is to store binary files like images, videos, and audio files. So if you have images to upload, then we probably need this kind of storage initialized. And currently it's not deployed. And here is the code to deploy the storage. To do that is simple, just click the deploy. Let's do that. Yeah, because everything is already set up, you have to make sure the Firebase and everything is in the setup stage, like a complete stage. Then you press this Firebase storage settings, and also make sure that the enable storage on Firebase and authentication has been done before you press this button. Okay, now I think everything looks like they are good. But are they really good? Let's just go back and see our pages and see if we can make the page working. So let's go back to this pages. Let's double check everything is correct. So the home page has this sign up button with action to go to the create account. That's fine. Also, the login is going to the login page. So that's fine. Let's check the create account first. So create account, we have the create account action, create account button. Let's check the action of that button. It said it's a create account. Provider is email and email address. Password field is password field. Confirm password field is this. And navigate automatically. I think everything is fine. You can also open this one to double check. The same thing here, if you prefer this way, but it's just simply the same thing. So I think it's fine. Let's check the login here. So let's say, see the sign in button and check the actions for the sign in. It will do is do the login action of the auth using the provider of email. And the email field is this email address, and the password field is password. Everything looks good, I think. Okay, so that's fine. We will try to test it by running this. So let's just run it. Okay, there's another time of waiting here, so let's just wait till this test is being prepared. Okay, the page now displayed. Let's try this feature. Let's try the sign up page. Okay, let's say we have an email called alpha from any domain. Password. And then we can try to create an account. Let's see the result. Okay, it gave me the page. Seems like it's been signed up successfully, and I'm now on this user list, which is the login users see this page. So let's double check everything is working properly. Let's go back. Okay, let's go back and check the data. From here, we can see this Firebase. We don't have any collections created. So I think we need our collections of user. Let's double check. Because when you create an account, let's say, open this one, you can see that email auth provider, email address, sign the thing up, and okay, there's something I think it's missing here. So when we create an account, I think it should not only create But currently there is no user database, but the users database is important for us to see. If double check, it's really no user database. Let's go back to our Firebase and see if we have the user database. Firestore. No, there's nothing here. So we need to make sure the database is being created. So let's get back, because the user database is what we need. But I think we have the authentication of users is being created. Yes, this is a user registration, which is successfully done. However, Firestore database, there is no collection. So the user collection is not yet created, which is also required to proper functioning. So let's get back to the FlutterFlow and go back to the settings. Although it says everything is fine, everything is complete, it still has users collection missing. So let's say how we can fix that. There is a wizard here, so let's just click the wizard, and then we can see this one is fine, and now Firebase is being selected. Next step. This is our first, we did that already, so it's created. So you can see authentication is here, but here, create user collection is not created for us, right? So we need to enable this. So let's try to see if there's anything for us. Okay, I've already clicked that. So let's double check the users database has been created. Okay, yeah. This is a user schema. Everything is now automatically created. Email, display name, photo URL, UID, create time, phone number. So that is something we really need to have. So let's go back to our page and see here, once we create account, so we will see that now there is one action called create document in the collection of users, right? And you can see that this is automatically set for us once we have the user collections checked. Okay, so now let's create a new user and see what's the result. Since we have the active instance still running, we can go here and we need to go back to the page of the setup. However, we don't have the link to the home page now, so I want to have this to get back to the home. So let's quickly do that. Let's go back to this user list and make this button navigate to our home page. So add action of navigation to this home page. Then we will refresh this page. And we are reloading this app. Now we can click this button to go back to our first page. And then from here, we can try to sign up another user. So this will be the Bravo. And we can set up this user's email and password. Let's create account. And this time, we don't have any message, and we don't have the chance to get inside. But before, last time we see when we click the create account, it will automatically log us inside. This time it's just here. We haven't seen any results. So see what's the result. Let's say go back and check the database, the authentication. So here we have the user already registered, which is correctly running, which is, I think if we check this create account action settings, so by far, create user in this authentication account, this is fine, working. However, create a user document is not running successfully. The users collection, let's double check. The users collection in the Firestore is there. Anything there? Nope, there is nothing here. So I think that's the problem we'll be facing. Maybe you already facing the issue. So how to fix that? I tried a lot, and I finally think that we just need to manually create a user collection. So users, and once we create the first user, they ask me to create a document. So let's do that. Auto ID. Anything is fine. We can just save it so that with the first add document created, the user's collection is created. So we can make this as is, and let's get back to this create account and try to run this again. Let's instant reload this. Okay, we already seen that we are here, but let's go back and register another user. Let's try the user. Oh, this one is already registered, so maybe try the third one. Let's echo. And then we try this. And create account. Okay, let's see if there are anything created. Echo here, created. User, nope. The user hasn't been created for some reason. Troubleshoot. Okay. What's wrong? Let's see the troubleshooting info. So let's press this one. Okay. It says something. Unable to establish connection to channel. Unable to establish connection to channel. Let's try again. Sign in. Internal document reference get. Okay, I will end this session, and I will rerun this session. Let's create a new session. So by far we tried 3 users. Yep, these 3 users have been created by me, which is then we have user. We have only 1 user created by me with this collection, but we don't have any authentication user created by FlutterFlow. So let's, just now I just created another one, instance, a session, and we will try to do this again. Let's try to sign up of the next user. Let's go. Then we try this. See if we can get this user created. Okay, it's finally automatically running to this page, which seems is working. Let's double check if this authentication and the Firestore has the data. Oh, good news. We have a user. Here is the Golf user. It's successfully done. So what I did is I restarted the session just now. And then once I do a new creation, it's I can see that in the user database, in the user collection. Of course, the authentication will have the Golf user. So Golf user successfully done. So that's it. I hope this video is helpful for you. So if you have any other issues, you can also comment below and see if we can figure it out for you. So thank you very much, and stay tuned for upcoming other videos. So thank you, and see you next time.